Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Look forward to being together with everyone over Shabbat. And I hope that you are all taking proper care of yourselves and that you are well. This Shabbat, again, we will only be on a Zoom platform. At the synagogue, we've had a difficult week in terms of the Omicron strain of the virus. So many kids have not been able to come to our preschool because of either having the virus or having people in their family with the virus. And so many of our teachers, both in our Hebrew school and in our preschool, have tested positive. So it's been hard, but we understand that this too will pass. The Rabbi said, Gamzo Ya'avor, also this will pass, and we can't wait until that happens. In the meantime, we try to stay safe. In the meantime, also, we should remain as connected as possible to friends and family and to each other. So, as a rabbi, I go through a process weekly in terms of speaking and communicating with you over Shabbat. And there are multiple times that I communicate. And so I have to figure out different things that I say, but it's not so much figuring out different things, it's more like looking for the inspiration for what to say. There are many weeks where there are things that go on in the world that remind me of something that we find in our texts. And then there are other weeks where there are things in the text that speak to the world. And my job is to make those connections. This week they became pretty clear for me. Yesterday, January 6th, was a very painful reminder of the dangers that we're facing. And we heard a very powerful address given by the President of the United States. It brought me to the Parsha, and I want to speak about the Parsha in relation to a few different things. We know that this Parsha, Parshat Bo, is about the last few plagues which are brought. And our people are reminded to remember what it is that they saw with their own eyes. That it's very important that they recall what is real, what they experienced, and be able to tell that story over and again through generations in order to be able to learn its lessons and its messages. One of the things that's been taking place in our country, which absolutely baffles me, is how we have seen the same things and there are different interpretations of those. So what we have actually seen is the distortion of truth and how dangerous it is to distort the truth, because it is the truth not only as we learn in popular culture that sets us free, but it's the truth that enables us to form a common bond and to be able to have a civilized nation. So one thing that we learn from these 10 plagues is the people experienced them together and they remembered them, and we remember them until this very day. And another thing that we learn from this story, it's a very important lesson that we learn from this story, is the danger of the autocrat, the danger of the person who thinks that he himself is above the law, or at times even above God, or sees himself as being a god. That's Pharaoh, and we know there are pharaohs in modern times also. We have to watch out for them. Our tradition tells us very clearly to watch out for those types of rulers because they endanger us. And then the story does not come to an end, but comes to a new chapter where the people leave Egypt and they go to a journey that will bring them to the promised land. But along the journey, the most important stop is that they go to Sinai, and there they receive the law. And what we learn about the law is that it's for all people. It's for the greatest amongst us and for the smallest amongst us. It's for the most powerful and for the least powerful. That is a very important lesson in our Jewish tradition. The law is so critical, and I hope that as we move forward in this country, that the law prevails, and that no matter who the person was and no matter how powerful the person was, we understand that they are subject to the same laws to protect all of humanity and all of our entire civilization. The rise of autocrats in our world today represents a real danger, but America represents something else. It is a democracy, and it's up to each and every one of us to help preserve that democracy. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.